First of all, just in case anyone listening doesn't know exactly what we're talking about, what kind of objects are you using though to make these artworks?
That's very interesting too. So remember, the nature of my art as a visual artist, as a sculpture, was by collecting objects, discard found objects. That was from the beginning of my career. I always got found objects to be able to make art, and also was a way to be able to develop my career without spending so much money and materials, because I was looking for, some way somehow, I was looking for trash, to make my art. So for something that people don't want it anymore. So people that know me and know where is my studio, people will bring me stuff all the time. So I remember, people coming to my studio saying, "Daniel, I have a lot of these materials. Do you want it?" And always says, "Yes, bring it to me. Thank you very much." And little by little, I began to realize, whoa, I have 1, 2, 3. How many? I have typewriters. The typewriters is an object that with the technology revolution and the computer age, we used to write letters with typewriters, and then the typewriters became the mechanical ones, became the electronic ones, and then the electronic ones became the computers. So as soon as the computer became available to everyone, the mechanical typewriters and the electronic typewriters, they went directly through the trash. It was not a recycling. It was not a process of a slow transformation to it. No, everything came, especially in the capitalist system where I am living right now. Very strong capitalist system. So everything that doesn't work anymore, that you don't want to use it anymore, go to the trash. And for me, it's my treasure. So in some way, somehow, I begin to receive so many objects and look for objects, and also have a kind of a good energy on finding good things. I like to go and explore in places like thrift stores, or, places where I know that people discard a lot of objects, and I am like a scavenger. Mm-hmm. Like I'm looking around with my pickup truck, and if I see something interesting, I pick it up and I try to save it for as much time I can until some idea come or the object talk to me. I have that experience too. Sometimes I have an object in my shelf, in my studio for years, maybe 2, 3, 4 years, and I never do anything with it. And then finally I look at them and I think they talk to me. This is between quotes. And I finally say, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna do." And I get so compulsive, and I begin to make art with that object. Archaeology of the 20th century series begin by one of the many other objects that became obsolete right away. As soon as the digital cameras, the digital world, changed, no one else, not even the most, maybe a few hundreds in the world, continue using film in the cameras, 35 millimeters cameras. But because today it's more practical to use digital cameras. You can download all the images in the computer, you fix them, and then you use it and you do whatever you want. But for that reason, imagine the amount of 35 millimeters cameras, very expensive cameras at one time, Nikon, Reflex, so many other, Minolta, things like that. So I began to collect also 35 millimeters cameras, began to collect cellular phones. I realized also the way that we listen to music now is all streaming by computer or by listening to a CD player. So the cassette tapes became an object of archaeology too. Nobody else want to have, what am I going to do with those 50 tapes, cassette tapes? So I get them, I collect them, I buy it on eBay, by bulk, So with all these objects that the society is discarding because of the revolution of technology, I take them and I try to save it and present it aesthetically in a way that people can see the objects like society will watch them in the near future in the archaeology museum.
So I understand the sort of observation on consumerism that you mentioned, but would you also
Yeah.
consider yourself a nostalgic person?
Absolutely. Very nostalgic. Very emotional and very nostalgic.
Really? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.